Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I posted a while ago about our homeschool schedule. Actually, I posted about our homeschool schedule back in September, and I did mention that in the spring here, we are changing up a few things. Not only are we changing our schedule a bit, but we are also adding new subjects. So that kind of changes things up already. And so a bunch of you indicated that you were interested in seeing our adjusted schedule. So I'm gonna go ahead and share that with you guys today. So I have our schedule all written down. It is going really well so far. And this schedule is, although I have strict times written in, we are very flexible with it, and it's really just an idea of how I want our day to go. And sometimes we stay right on track, other days are very different, and I'm not too worried about it if we don't stay on schedule. It's just a rough idea of how I'd like our day to go and how our day, I think, will run smoothly. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you our schedule and kind of explain it as we go. So here it is. I have it once again. I showed you guys this at the beginning of our school year. This binder I made up, just a homeschool planner. I really like having this. It has helped me so much this year. So here's for January through June, and we start our school morning at 9 o'clock. And at 9 o'clock, we start with Bible. So what that is I have a little, it's a Keys for Kids devotional that we are going through. And we do that, and we also do some memorization work. So over the fall, we, for our memorization, we did the Old Testament books of the Bible, and we did the New Testament books of the Bible, and then we were just working on Bible verses. So we learned of quite a number of passages throughout the fall. Now in the spring, what we are working on right now is learning the 10 Commandments. So that has been interesting. I think that's important for the kids to learn. And then we're also doing Bible verses, and we also learn a verse of a hymn every week. And so that is all encompassed there in that 15 minutes. We make that all fit in the 15 minutes. Then we have just a 5-minute slot here, 5 minutes, where Elijah and Charity do their calendars. I have a calendar where they fill in the month, and they fill in the day of the month, the day of the week, and so that every day they know what day it is, what the date is. And so while they do their calendar, I just go over the months of the year and the days of the week with Simeon. He is still working on learning those, and so we work on that. I should also mention Elijah I have here, he does school Monday to Thursdays, and then Charity and Simeon both do Tuesdays and Thursdays. Charity actually does Wednesday as well, but her schedule's a little bit different there since Simeon's not with us too, so her schedule is all different. But here's her Tuesdays and Thursdays. So after the calendar is done, I let Charity have a break. I have mentioned this to you guys a couple times, how it was not really working well for me to be dividing my time between Charity, who is in senior kindergarten, and Simeon, who is in junior kindergarten. So I should mention, if you guys are new here, Elijah's in grade 2. So that's why he does school 4 days a week. So I was having a hard time splitting my time between the two kindergartners. I just couldn't focus on either one of them. I could make it work, and I did for most of the fall, but it was just, okay, come on, do this, and I need to help the other, and kind of back and forth. And because they're learning very different things, I just couldn't give the time and focus I needed to each of them individually. And so we split them up this year, and I am loving that. So Charity has a half-hour break here. And so 9:20 to 9:35, I have Elijah doing his handwriting, and that is very independent work, and so I can work on letters, which are flashcards, and just how to write the letters. We're doing one letter at a time. And then Simeon also does a coloring page, and he is just coloring a page on the letter that we are working on that week. And then Elijah does his time and money book. That's what we are doing in this next block of time here for him. And it is a book all about Canadian money, which I really want him to learn. We kind of have an introduction to it in math, but it's not really focused on the Canadian money. And anyway, we've done time quite a bit in math, but he still struggles. And so I want to just give him some extra work here on learning time. And then while he does that, Simeon is doing some tracing. So I have like a dry erase book where he does tracing with letters, and also just with basic pen control, so tracing shapes and stuff like that. And then some days we do a little bit of math, but I mean, he's in junior kindergarten, so it's basically just counting and just a little bit of fun activities with his counting bears. So by the time he's done that, he is finished and I send him off. And then Charity comes to the table to do hers. So at 9:50 then, I only have the two older ones at the table and we work on math together. It works really well because we have the math blocks out and I can easily help both of them out if they need it with their math, although they are both very independent with that as well. And then we have a break, and that's where we have a snack. So 10:15 to 10:30, all the kids come to the table and have a little snack. Usually I like them to have a little snack and then go out and play. If it's not too cold outside, they'll quickly get out the door and play for 10 minutes, or they will just have some free time indoors. So I felt I took a long time to plan out this schedule, and I was just trying to figure out, like, how is it going to work best? How should I organize the subjects, and trying to organize subjects where I could help the one that needed it the most while the other did independent work. So for instance, you know, I couldn't do reading with Charity at the same time as Elijah's doing history, because I need to read history and I need to listen to everything Charity's reading. So it was just a little bit of trying to make the most of my time, but then also making sure that I am focusing where I need to focus too. So that was a little bit tricky. And then when I got here with Charity's work, I was like, should I do it like this, math? And then she has a break right after that. But it really works best for all the kids to have a snack at the same time. It's just too crazy if I'm trying to give some of the kids a snack and then the others want to have a snack. And anyway, it really is working well to do it that way, even though Charity really has like 20 minutes of school here and then another break. Anyway, so after that snack break is over, I am doing first language lessons with Elijah, and while he does that, which is very much me, like I am reading to him and going over that with him, Charity has quite independent work here, and so she is doing her, I have written here writing and explode the code. The only reason I have that is because her writing book, she is very close to being done. I think by the end of January, she will be finished her writing book, and then we'll move on to Explode the Code. So Explode the Code, she has not started. That will just be for this last part of the year when she's done writing. And then 10:45 to 11, it works really well having them both doing spelling at the same time. Elijah's spelling is quite independent. He needs a little bit of help from me, and then Charity's spelling is really just spelling words that I give to her, and so they do that at the same time. And then we have botany, and Charity does not have to sit in for botany. That is fine if she doesn't. But it's basically Elijah's work. He does botany for this half hour, and then we have a long hour lunch break where the kids can go play, or they'll be, you know, helping me set the table for lunch and helping me clean up after lunch and so on. But that is our long lunch break. Then 12:30 to 1 o'clock, we have our read aloud book. So we're working through a bunch of read alouds. I have a whole page of read aloud books that I want to get to this year. And so we do that next. And all the kids stay up for that and listen to that. And then at 1 o'clock there, I put the two little ones to bed. And then we have reading time. So I was doing Charity's reading lesson in the morning, and that worked really, really well. And I would have liked to keep it that way, and then she'd be done school at lunchtime, because I figured that would be, you know, a fine enough school day for sure if she was done by lunch. But I just couldn't fit it in, as well as have her break during Simeon's school time. So I couldn't fit it in there. And I thought, you know what? If Elijah has his half hour of quiet reading time from 1 to 1:30, and I do a reading lesson with Charity, which does not take half an hour, it takes probably 15 minutes at most, I can really focus with her there, and having the two little ones already down for nap time is great. And then they do go for a quiet time at 1:30 as well, probably about an hour, where they just have quiet, alone playtime, and then they're back up and they have free time for the rest of the day. So that is how our homeschool schedule is working this year. And I like it. It did take me, like I said, quite a while to figure out just how I schedule everybody, how I can fit it all in and make the most of my time and still have the quality time that each child needs. Anyway, so that's how it worked this year, and I'm sure I'll change it up again in the fall because it'll be different. Charity will be in grade 1, so she'll be doing school every day, and I think there's nothing that I figure out that's like, oh great, this works, awesome, we'll keep this. We'll keep it for a while, and then every year the schedule is changing. More kids are, you know, starting school, and they're getting more advanced, and so they need it's always changing, but for January to June, that is my plan for what I am switching up, and it is going well so far, but I'll make sure to keep you posted on that. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my channel if you want to see more. I have been doing a lot of homeschool videos these last couple weeks, and I have many more to come. I'm trying not to make my channel like a homeschool channel. I want it to be other stuff as well, but I know you guys do enjoy the homeschool videos, and I do have a lot that I want to share, so there is lots more to come. And please like this video if you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys in my next video.